Aloha guys. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Cooking at Home with Jimmy. Today we're actually going to be doing something really cool. I'm actually been experimenting on doing this cooking here. I'm going to be doing like a stir fry, a chicken chow mein stir fry noodles with bok choy here. And this is actually pretty new, and I'm actually going to be doing this right off the bat. So that's one of the great things that I love about cooking, is that I actually get to experiment and try the foods out and just kind of do a little bit of measurements here and there. But hey, this is my laboratory here, and this is actually really my fun zone. And so today I'm actually going to be utilizing one of our main cookware is actually the 5-quart wok here. So with this 5-quart wok, beautiful for the stir fry, doing like a different fried rice or things like that. So I actually have kind of like preset out a little bit different ingredients. Obviously, of course, our main ingredients is our chow mein here, and I have about 2 pounds of chow mein. And so normally at grocery stores they sell it by the pound. So I actually have about 2 pounds of this. I love noodles, that's why there's a lot. Okay. Of course, our main vegetables is going to be our bok choy here that I actually already kind of washed and cleaned out. And then some of the other ingredients that we're going to be utilizing, of course, garlic and onions that I actually have cut up and minced. I'm actually going to be adding a little bit of lemongrass to this as well, because I want to try to not only just bring out the aroma, but lemongrass has a very great nutritional property to it, that it actually helps, ease the stress down. So, not saying that I actually have a lot of stress, but hey, whatever can help. And also, I'll be using locally grown mushroom, but your choice of mushrooms, whatever you want to use. I'm using ali'i mushrooms here, and because there is a shortage of like the Japanese kind of style mushrooms, enokis and stuff. So I'm just using my locally grown mushrooms. And I have 1.5 pound of already. These are the boneless chicken thighs, and so I actually cubed them up there and cut them up already. Okay. And so we're going to go ahead and get right into the sauce. So if you got some paper and pen, you want to start writing down these ingredients as well, but also the seasonings that I'm actually going to be utilizing for my stir fry. So as you see here, I have my notebook that I was actually kind of like writing down the ingredients and experimenting along the way, and just trying to kind of in a way perfect the cooking. So I am going to be using half a cup of shoyu. I'm going to be using liquid amino. It actually has a lot less sodium in it, but your choice. Whatever shoyu you want to use, go ahead. So I'm going to go with half a cup. Okay, so half cup shoyu. And then I'm also going to go with 1/4 cup of rice vinegar here. Okay, so we're gonna do 1/4. Okay, so 1/4 cup of rice vinegar. And then I'll also be adding about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar in here. Okay, so 3 tablespoons of the brown sugar. So that's about 3 tablespoons right there. Sorry, my biggest measurement I had was a teaspoon, so it's about 3 teaspoons to equal to one tablespoon. Okay. All right. And then of course, we'll add some black pepper in here, just so this way it kind of gives it a little bit of seasoning taste to this, a little bit of spice. Okay, up to you however much you want for taste. And then, just to kind of give the sauce for later on, to make it a little bit thicker, we're going to add some cornstarch to this. So I would say about two teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. All right. So, and that's going to be my sauce right there. Okay. And I'm going to mix this up and then just set it off to the side so this way you can kind of absorb in, mix in, and especially letting the cornstarch kind of settle in as well. All right. Beautiful. So I'll set my sauce aside so this way we can use it later on, so we can actually do the mixing and the cooking. Okay, and then in the meantime, what I'll be doing is I'm going to be preheating up my fire port here, and then of course once again we're only going to be doing it on a medium heat, preheating it at a medium, and then when it gets hot enough, then we're going to start doing the cooking from there. So I'm just going to let this heat up for a few moments. Alright guys, so we actually got this here preheated up for a few minutes on a medium heat, and we're going to do a little bit of water test here just to make sure that it's good. So if my water is bouncing around, dancing around inside of my cookware, then it's ready to go. Okay, so we got some minced sweet Maui onions and garlic, up to you however much you want to use. Okay. And the beautiful part, I'm going to be doing all of this cooking with no oil. Alright. Kind of stir around my garlic and onions, letting it saute in there for a little bit to kind of get a little bit brown. Okay. Now don't worry if you're seeing at the bottom of your cookware starting to kind of get a little bit of brown. When you're actually adding the rest of the ingredients in, it's going to all lift right off. Okay. Alright. So, as that's being sauteed in there, next up, we're going to go ahead and put in our 1.5 pounds of the cubed, boneless, skinless chicken. Let me just attach my handle on here so I can have a little bit better grip. Okay. See, so as soon as I put the chicken in already, because the chicken has its own oils and fats in there, you don't need to be adding any of the oil at all. Kind of let that stir fry and cook around for a little bit. Okay. So since we have this at a medium heat, I'm just going to raise it up a little bit. So this way you can add a little bit more heat, so the process of the cooking will actually be a little bit more hotter. Okay. Alright, so now as the chicken is getting sauteed in there with the garlics and the onions, okay, so you guys remember the sauce earlier that we made. So let me just go ahead kind of give this a quick mix again. Alright, making sure all the ingredients are well blended in. And then what we're going to do, we're going to put it right into the chicken, and so this way the flavor can get absorbed right inside to the chicken. Beautiful. All right. Wow, that aroma and that smell was really good. Okay, so now that I have the sauce in already, and I'm actually letting the chicken cook in, what we're gonna put next in is what enhances the aroma flavoring of this is going to be the lemongrass. So I actually bought kind of like a pack, one bunch, and I think the bunch had about like 5, and I just chopped it up. So I just have a few lemongrass, kind of like near the base, the first bottom half of the lemongrass, and I'm just gonna add it in there and just let that cook in there. So this way it gives that flavor and that beautiful aroma, taste to it, smell. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and just let that cook in there for a little bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do, just gonna cover this up, and just kind of let that cook in there for a few moments. Okay, until when I hear my vapor valve starts clicking, that means it's ready. It's at that certain temperature. We're gonna go ahead and uncover it, and then we're gonna start adding other ingredients into it as well, and start doing the rest of the cooking, and of course adding the noodles last. So I'll see you guys back here in a little bit. Back here right now. So of course I just let it cook for a few minutes, and then of course my vapor valve is clicking. So we're gonna go ahead and take the lid off. Ooh. Wow, that smell is awesome. I can smell the lemongrass with the rice vinegar and the sauce. Oh man, this is smelling really, really good. Okay, so now that the sauce is actually starting to thicken up and all the ingredients are getting combining in together, we're gonna go ahead and add our mushrooms. Okay, so once again, up to you. Whatever mushrooms you want to use, go ahead, you know. And then just a quick nutritional fact about mushrooms, that they are the only vegetables that photosynthesizes with the sun. What does that mean? Well, it's very potent in vitamin D. So eat a little bit more mushrooms into your diet as well. Okay, let me go ahead and get that mixed in there. So that way that the mushrooms can kind of get cooked in, absorb some of that sauce and the flavoring. And then I'm going to add in my bok choy. Okay, so bok choy I actually have here about, I would say about 5 to 6 the small bunches from there. So however much you want to use, because I know that these are actually going to be shrinking as I'm cooking, so that's why it looks a lot, but I think it's actually a perfect amount. Alright, so, and let me get my one of my utensils here, so we can actually do some of the mixing up. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread the ingredients around on the sides. Okay, so this way we can go ahead and start putting in the noodles from there and mix it for a few minutes, and then it'll be ready to go. Okay, and that's what I love about this wok, that you know you can actually you're able to fit a lot in here as well. Okay, so let me get the star ingredients. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my noodles right in. Wow, perfect fit. Okay, and once again, this is about 2 pounds of the chow mein that I have here, but up to you, however much you want to use, you want to put in, you know, according to the amount that you guys want to add, that's perfectly fine. And like I said, we're actually just going to mix this and stir this around for a few minutes. It doesn't need to be cooked too long because these chow meins are like pre-cooked already. Then I'll just add a little bit more black pepper, of course, seasoning to taste. So I just want to add just a little bit more spice to this. Give it a quick stir one more time, and then we'll be done. All right. There you have it, guys. Within just a very few moments, you know, it actually doesn't take that long to do the cooking with this as well. You know, in this whole process total, not even 30 minutes total with the cooking at all. And then, of course, as you see here, beautiful, right? Okay. And so very easy to do, easy to use, and again, no oil, guys. So let's go ahead and start plating this out and then see how it actually really tastes. All right. Okay, some of that noodles with the veggies and the chicken in there. This is looking really, really delicious. Got some of that lemongrass, some of that mushrooms, chickens. All right. Let me get some of that sauce on the bottom as well. Gotta have some of that sauce on there. And then, just to kind of top it off, what I'm actually going to add is some roasted sesame seeds as well. So a little bit of roasted sesame seeds right on top. And then a little bit of green onions for garnish. And there you have it, guys. Nice, beautifully homemade chicken chow mein with bok choy. Easily made, easy to cook, no oil at all, guys. Let's give this a taste and see how it is. Okay, here we go. Like I said, this is actually just been an experiment for me. You know, just trying it, see on how it tastes. And cooking is one of my passions, and I love to do that, especially in the kitchen. And just trying out different recipes, and just coming up along the way as I'm cooking. Okay, so let me get some of that chicken and the bok choy. See how this tastes. This is so good. Wow. See how that chicken is. Absorbs the flavor. Has that nice, very beautiful, like a teriyaki flavor. A little bit of a hint of vinegar and lemongrass to this, and it is wow. Personally, for me, I'm gonna add a little bit of hot sauce on top of this. Perfect, beautiful. But other than that, guys, chicken chow mein with bok choy, less than 30 minutes. So, if you like what you see here today, please like my page, like my post, and even like this on the YouTube page as well. And share this with others as well. So let's help spread the joy of cooking. But other than that, guys, thanks for logging in here with Cooking at Home with Jimmy Bo. I'll see you guys around next time. Aloha, guys.